Right. First episode, bro. This should be very interesting.
It's Mazzoline.
Very interesting, hopefully, anyway.
I'm here,
Right.
bruv. Come on.
Right. Before we get started, anyway, listen. This is going to be a weekly thing. I might keep doing it in this format, actually, and do it on stream. Like, after I've done my stream, just do it for, like, maybe 20 minutes, half an hour, maybe max. And then just upload it to YouTube that way. And I'll have all links to everything, and I'll be posting clips on Instagram, all that stuff. But when the time comes, I'll be sorting that out properly. Until then, if you're in the chat and you haven't joined my Discord, join my Discord, and that way I can let people know also when everything drops. So yeah. But anyways, yeah, I got my good friend Lamar Aaron Hurley.
Yeah, buddy.
He's actually has his own podcast as well on Apple Podcasts.
Exactly, all on Apple Podcasts. It's called the Mixcult Podcast. Make sure everybody goes and checks that out. Literally just talk about like sports topics, music topics, and then like I guess like lifestyle in general. My latest one came out yesterday.
What was that one about?
Which is Stormzy Heavy as the Heart. Kind of done like a review of his album, so make sure you go check that out.
Yeah, if you're into music, there you go. If you listen, especially if you're a Stormzy fan, I know Scar's a Stormzy fan, so yeah. If you
I can't hear you too tough. That's
No,
absolutely
you?
mad.
Oh, I know. Hold on. First topic we're going to talk about today is addiction to social media, or are you addicted to social media? And I'm gonna start off by asking you, and I'm gonna give my input after because I already know what I'm like. So, what's your kind of, or how do you see that kind of whole that whole realm of social media?
Social media
as a whole? Yeah.
Social media is mad, bro. Like people need to understand that with social media, like it's amazing in so many ways. Like how you can actually use it to benefit yourself. However, people need to understand that it's a vehicle to drive a business. It's a vehicle to connect and network. It isn't your whole life. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, people need to understand that your life shouldn't be in a phone. Your life shouldn't be on Instagram. Your life shouldn't be on like some things you need to keep private to yourself. Like, don't get me wrong. It's amazing how you can connect with people. But let's just take like Instagram for an example. Like Instagram within itself, I think people need to stop getting so worried about personal appearance. People need to stop being worried about what people think, what people say. And unfortunately, I think social media does that, which is the first thing I don't like about it. It makes people insecure.
Ooh, that's a big statement. Making people insecure.
All right, cool. So the reason why I say it, is like when you look at okay, so if you take my Instagram profile for example, my Instagram profile is all about what I do work-wise. So if anybody knows me, and I know some of your like streamers or some of the people who watch you, some of them do know who I am. You would see that I'm a presenter. I interview people. You'll see that like I have family, I have kids, but most importantly, I'm just promoting what I'm doing for work, and I don't take Instagram serious. Do you know what I mean? Like I use it.
Or not too serious anyway.
Not too serious. Like I just use it as, like I say, a vehicle to promote my videos, to interviews or whatever. Whereas there's people on social media that use it as validation.
That is true. I'll definitely agree with you on that one.
Do you know what I mean?
I'll definitely agree with you on that one.
Selfies and things to get validation of other people and how much likes can they get. Or they're seeing other people get X amount of followers and make money from it, so they think, oh yeah, that's life. Let me go make followers. But like, people need to understand that like having loads of eyes on you is a hell of amounts of pressure, and that's where depression starts coming in, and then that's where the insecurities start coming in.
See, that's my thing. I don't think social media per se makes people feel that way. I think it's something that's already within them, but it just heightens that.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Because now you're under pressure, people's watching you. Because now you want likes. If people don't like, or you don't get a certain amount of likes, or if you get like not enough likes, you might be like, why didn't I get this amount of likes for this, or why didn't this? And sometimes I've heard of things where women are like, oh, like they uploaded a photo, but they didn't, or they uploaded the photo with the intention of a guy liking their photo. Does that make sense?
100%.
But then it's like,
100%.
but then they'll get mad at the guy because he didn't like the photo. But it's like, for at least for me anyway, I would assume some guys are like that. It's like you wouldn't think you though.
I've been through that experience, bro. Like, I've genuinely been through that experience. I've been told the person, I'm not gonna say names, so I don't think that's fair.
No.
But the person posted a picture, and I think she did it in intention for me to like it. She literally messaged me like 5 minutes after saying, "I can see you are online. Well, how come you haven't liked my latest picture?"
Are you crazy, bro? You better move from you. That shit. You think you think like
what?
You feel like my girlfriend can come and say that to me? Oh, you didn't like my. Are you crazy?
About it, bro. The worst
doesn't
thing
matter.
about it wasn't even my girlfriend.
I know, but I'm just saying for me in my situation. Do you get me? My situation is I have a girlfriend, obviously, so it's a thing of like I don't get it. For me, it's like Instagram is something that every now and again I'll share like like couple memories and that. I might put a picture, like I said to you like the last time, before my last two posts, before those last two posts, the last time I posted a picture of just myself, was 2 years ago. 2 years ago.
Oh,
so,
by the way, people who's watching, you know you can comment and like get involved.
Thank you.
I also want to hear what you guys have to say as well.
Yeah. If you guys have any thoughts about it, questions, anything, just put them in the chat, and I'll get around to reading them or answering the questions, whatever they may be. But for me, it's like your life shouldn't be so revolved around putting so much energy, time and energy into Instagram for no personal gain. Do you get what I'm saying? It's all down to like, likes, and it's all about your mentality in terms of like, I need to seek some kind of acceptance and of some sort. Do you get what I'm saying? And it's like, why are you so worried about everyone? Forget everyone else. Do you worry about you? And if you want to share memories, then cool, by all means do that. That's why most of the time when I post it, it's not of me. You know what I'm saying? It's not just of me. It's 100%. It's me, my family, me and my friends. Like even on Snapchat, I don't post Snapchats of me like that.
Bro, if I didn't do the job I did, I don't think I'd be on social media like that.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. Like me, I don't post. If you want for streaming, my last, I'll look at my phone now. Yeah, I'm gonna see when the last, other than the last couple posts I had, before I was uploading the Fortnite clips and all of that. Yeah. When was the last time I posted? The last time I posted was my friend from school, Joshua Boatsy, the boxer.
Okay. Yeah.
That was on the 1st of June.
But let's be real though. Yeah.
That was the 1st of June. Before that, it was Ilkay's haircut. Or after that, sorry, it was the 12th of June.
But let's be real though, bro. Yeah.
Like,
there are some booties up on social because this is my whole thing about social media, innit? Social media, there has to be a certain digestion. Like I see things on social media as like a diet.
Yeah, that's how you look at. That's how I was gonna get into that later too as well. It's a good thing a good thing you said that. It's a good thing you said that.
Like it's a diet. Do you know what I mean? And I don't see no problem being on social media. But it's the same way that you wouldn't go and eat McDonald's every day for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It's the same way you got to try and treat social media because you got to understand that's your perspective.
Exactly. You don't want to be. This is what I was gonna say. Is you don't want to be looking at things and thinking negatively of it. Like, oh, this person's life looks so good, man. Oh, why isn't my life like that? Oh, this person has this. Exactly. Why don't I have that? Like I want. Forget all of that. Forget all of that. Just say, oh, yo, this person has, that's sick, man. You know what I mean? Like, that's how that's the mentality you should be looking at things like that.
This is the problem why mental health rate has gone up, and I don't want to get too deep because it is what it is. But in terms of just social media addiction, like mental health and people getting depressed and people having problems, because most of the time it's your fault. You're putting your own life out there. You're
Yeah,
putting
yeah,
your life on show for people to see. And
yeah.
unfortunately, we are a part of a world where people will comment, people will say certain
And
things
people don't
about
have
your
to
life.
comment or like. That's another
They
thing.
may not have to and they may not like it, but you have the option to turn comments off. So why don't you?
No, no, I'm saying is in like people don't have to like your pictures. That's another thing as well, because people
Yeah,
accept
that's true.
people like are almost like, oh, like this person needs to like my picture, or this person needs to write in my comments that the picture looks good, or do you know what I mean? Like people don't have to do
Shall I
that.
tell you what people need to understand, yeah, and
Yeah.
with social media especially. You look at people who are making money, big boy P's. We're talking 100,000s, things like that, and then
Mm.
they look at them and they go, "Oh, I want to be that. I want to do that too." But you don't need to understand that people need to understand that that is something that this is not their life. This is the
Mm.
perspective that they're putting out for what you know you guys want to see. They're still
Yeah.
going through real life shit behind closed doors. There's people, like I say, it's easy to smile for a picture. It's easy to take 2 minutes out of your life just to smile for a camera.
Exactly.
But these people actually have to go back to real life shit.
Yeah.
So don't get so. I think people need to look at it and not take it in so deeply as, oh, life has to be Instagram 24/7.
But also another thing is as well, people need to realize that that picture, that video, that's
There's edit.
maybe it's not even, it's maybe 1 minute of that day, 1 second of that day, where if it's a picture, 1 minute if it's a video. Do you know what I mean? It might be even less, might be 10 seconds of one good part in that day. The rest of the day could have been shit.
Yeah,
They didn't upload that. The rest of the day could have been horrible. They could have lost out on money. They could have found out someone in their family that you don't know. But you see
And
this
this is
10
the-
seconds, and now you
Exactly.
assume everything is like, everything is fine and dandy, and they're living the best life like they could ever ask for, and all that. That's not always the case. And
I'm
even
telling
people that have money, some of them are depressed because
Bro,
money
do you
can't
know
buy
what the maddest
happiness.
thing is?
It can't.
The
It's not
maddest-
possible.
Bro, this is the maddest
It only
thing,
buys
bro.
temporary happiness.
Bro, I was in London the other day, yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, I saw this guy, like, proper doing that photo shoot in front of a Maserati, innit?
Oh, sorry.
Like,
Probably wasn't even his.
Bro, it wasn't.
Nah, I only knew it.
That's the maddest thing about it.
Yeah.
But I bet you that photo now gets put on social media to sell a lifestyle. And you people who are on social media are consuming that content, and you're getting jealous over a guy.
Yeah, you're
But
getting
really,
finessed,
truly,
bro.
It's not even his car.
Bro, your mind is getting finessed. Yo, what's up, Mahir? How you doing? Your mind is getting finessed because you think this is this guy's car. No, bro. It's either sometimes it's a rental, or it's not even the person's car. They just seen the car and they just took a picture next to it.
100%.
Man is
And
at
I
it.
think like people need to get out that mindset of,
And-
our life is about all these things. Even like down to just where fashion has gone because of social media. Like people are really blowing a bag that they don't even have, bro. They got like 300-400 pound left in their account, and they want to try and buy a pair of Gucci trainers. Like, are you that serious? Because of what social media is portraying.
Yeah.
Because of the addiction you're having. Like, it's mad.
It's
Like, put life into perspective, man.
Yeah, no. Sometimes it does it does definitely get a bit like out of hand. It's like you're just trying to do too much sometimes.
I got.
You're trying to do too much, trying to accept too much. Well, oh wait, we got a question in the chat. Hold up. Do you think that social media brings a positive touch to mental health? If used correctly.
It's how you use it.
Yeah, if used correctly, it can. If not, then no, it can be very, very.
Person, bro.
Yeah, he's here every day.
Yo, bro. Yeah, I kind of want to touch on this subject as well because it's something personal to me. Like, I know people who suffer from mental health like quite badly.
Yeah.
What we were saying earlier about like diet, in terms of what you're like feeding yourself, that's what your Instagram feed is. Your Instagram feed is the diet.
It's like a mental diet.
It's a mental thing. So
Yeah.
if your Instagram is filled of other people's lives where they're doing the most amazing things, and you feel like your life is in a bad place, you're automatically gonna look at these people and you're gonna feel shit about yourself.
Yeah, you're gonna feel like shit. Yeah.
Because of what you are seeing. But what you've got to understand is that's your fault. You've put that in front of your
But
face.
I don't think it's because of what you're seeing. I think it's down to the individual's mentality. And this is why I say I don't think social media makes people like get
No, no, no. I
depressed and
would never
stuff like
say it
that.
makes.
It can heighten it. It's like a something, or like because they're already self-conscious, right? They're already in a down place, and they might be in a dark place. So they go here now that they've got a negative mindset. So as soon
So
as they
they're
see
gonna
something
ingest
positive,
anything negative.
now they
Yeah.
exact. So everything they ingest and they're taking right from through this diet now is come as a negative, rather than someone like me, for example, right? And I'm not in the best place mentally, right? And
Yeah.
I haven't, and I dip in and out of it sometimes, like throughout the last like 8 years or so. But I'm more so of a, this stuff doesn't affect me like personally, and like physically does not affect me, right? So then I ingest it in a positive way. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So then it's
Yeah,
like even if I see someone having a good time, even if I see someone who's making money, if I see someone that's got this, I'm like, right, that's sick. Like man's really, he's doing his thing. Like I respect that.
But
Well, a lot
what
of
I
people
would-
won't. So
But what I would say though is, you come from a place of wanting everybody to win. Like, you're not coming from a jealous. You don't look at your life and compare it to others.
no,
Like, I've never known you to do that. Whereas there are some people that will compare their lives to others. I've been guilty of it. It's especially in a job role that I do. I'm a presenter. I look at other presenters and I think sometimes I may go, oh, why are they there? I should be there. And then you have to kind of like check yourself and go like, yo, whoa, like, Lamb, relax. Like, it's timing. Like,
yeah,
they're there for a reason and you're here for a reason. It is what it is. And just be happy for people winning. The one thing I would say to everybody who may deal with mental health in that aspect is, people need to understand that what controls your mental health is your perspective.
yeah. That's what it is. It really like, and this and let's say friends that I've spoken to that have been in a deep dark hole before. That's the one thing I try to project onto them is, think like your perspective needs to be positive.
Right, let's show what, yeah, bro. Let's just do it. Let's just do it properly, innit? For me, personally, the last year of my life. Well, I wouldn't say the last few months have been amazing, but previously my life wasn't good. Certain personal things has happened in my life that
Yeah.
has caused me to be quite depressed in a certain way, and it did affect my mental health in a certain way. And there was a time
Respectively, let me just let everyone know the circumstances Lamar was put through. He didn't put himself through them. The circumstances he was put through was it was very, 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 very hard. And I could obviously see being around him a lot, because remember
you could have seen the way it affected me.
yeah,
Like,
because
you saw it personally.
our kids go to the same school, so I see him pretty much every single day, without fail. And even on the weekends we see each other.
Even just down to the way I dress to school now is different. And
Yeah.
I realized it's like, because what I was saying is that there was a point where I stopped going on social media for a reason. And the reason was because I wanted to take any distraction away. I didn't want to have a perspective of what other people are trying to picture me, because that's what Instagram is. People are showing you their perspective of life. Now, I had to take that away, because if I kept looking at it, it was giving me negative vibes. And that, like I said, it may not be the same for everybody, but it was giving me negative vibes. But then I realized, no, social media can be used in a positive way. And I'll be honest, I ended up following a lot of quote Instagram accounts, like things that were positive vibes, people who like provide that. Like Will Smith was a big one for me. Jada Pinkett Smith, Will Smith's wife, she does a show called Red Table Talk. That was a positive thing for me. And that's when I started saying, I need to use social media in a way that can give me the perspective I need. And then from that, I was able to understand, do you know what? Mental health is all about your perspective and it really is. And your mental health is affected by multiple things, not just social media in general.
Bruv, it can. Trust me, I know, man. When I was in my my lowest of places, right? Like, it was like last year, I want to say, somewhere beginning of like last year. Something as simple as, my room here, like mine and my girlfriend's room being dirty or messy, that will piss me off. Like instantly, and
100%.
the whole day is ruined.
No,
Like
100%.
the whole. But keep in mind that's only the room. Like, but my whole day would be ruined. Like I'm
Yeah,
literally
it's a
angry
feeling,
for
bro.
the whole day. Like and I look back also to when I was younger, and I think I was before I really recognized that I was depressed at one point, right? I look back and I was like, I never used to want to go out. I never wanted to do nothing. I just wanted to be at home alone. I'll just play some Xbox and do whatever because I was just not happy doing that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? I just wasn't happy. I
Yeah,
didn't want to go out. I didn't
100%.
want. So then it's almost like playing like gaming kind of gave me some sense of like it gave me like a good feeling, like winning, like being good at the game. Sometimes, and in some situations, being the best. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
100%,
it
bro.
made me. That was my way of coping. So it made me feel good. So I would just stay. Literally, I used to for legit, yeah, for like I think 6 months, yeah. None of my friends like saw me. The only friends that saw me were my best friend that came to my house. And that's because he would always come to my house. He's the only one that saw me. Some people like they saw me like a few months later. They're like, "Raw, like I haven't seen you in time. Like what's happened? What happened to you, bro? I thought you disappeared. I thought you moved country or some shit." I was just like, "Nah, like I'm just at home. Like I just like didn't want to come out. Didn't want to do anything. Like legit. Some of my friends are like, bro, like what happened? Why you not been like coming out and shit?" They'll try hit me
Yeah,
up. I'll ignore
100%.
them. Like I didn't want to do anything but just sit at home and just play my fucking Xbox because I was just depressed, bruv. I was just depressed. Uh,
Like us, well, Scow's answer to your question, bro. It's just like, yeah, 100%. I think social media does affect mental health, but like you said, it does definitely put a positive spin to it. It's just how you use social media. Like I said, make sure you're following the right accounts that's giving you a positive vibe.
yeah,
Make sure you're following the right people as well. Like I said, Will Smith's a very good one. P Diddy's another one who I think is a very positive person. Obviously there's others, but like I said, fill your feed up with people who's going to give you the positive energy.
you need people also that make you laugh. That's the biggest thing that I think saved me was people that I would watch and I would just laugh.
Yeah,
If it
it's
weren't for
energy, bro.
them, yeah. Do you know who's the biggest people was the Hodge twins. I went for another
Yes,
when
I
I
remember
did
you
it.
watching.
Remember, bruv, I used to watch the Hodge twins every single day without fail. Without fail, bruv. I'd go back and watch their old shit because when I discovered them, they already been doing YouTube for maybe like 7 years, 8 years, or something like that. So I'd go back
Mm.
and watch all their videos. There's so many videos that I've watched of this, like especially off their main channel, the Ask Hodge twins, bro. Like, but their shit. I remember the first day I watched their video. Yeah, that one video I watched no lie probably 20 times in that day, and I cried with laughter every single time because it was funny to me because the type of humor that they had was very similar to the stuff that me and my friends were doing, like me, or let's say me and my best friend and my brother were doing at one time.
Mm.
So for me, I just found that hilarious, and they're just like there'll be days I'll be so mad, like I'll be on FIFA, right? I'll be playing FIFA. I'll like probably smash my controller on the desk or something. Then I'll get off. Like I'll just literally just stop streaming or whatever, or whatever it is. I'll just get off. If I'm not, I don't think I even was streaming that time. I would just get off and then I'll just go and watch Hodge Twins, and instantly my mood was just better straight away. Because they would just make me laugh so hard that I couldn't be in a bad mood. It wasn't possible.
That's what I'm saying. It's just like it's like I just said, but it's about putting the right energy around you, and it's
Yeah,
about putting
yeah,
the right vibe. It's about that's how social media should be used.
yeah.
You shouldn't if you're following and you're looking at them and you're like upset about your life, unfollow them straight away.
Oh wait, we got another question by Scout. If you have mental health problems due to social media, will it even help to step back from it for a certain period of time, or can it make it work? No, that's a very good question actually. And I heard someone talking about it recently, and he said, literally he deleted Instagram and I think Snapchat off his phone, and it helped him because now you can't see that. You can't see that, right? So there's no way of you going, oh my god, this
No,
this person's life, and it makes you kind of reflect on your own life and really think about it, because now you're not so focused on what everyone else is doing. Now you're worried about yourself. Now you're more so thinking like, right, okay, maybe I feel this way, but maybe I can fix it. Maybe I can go and do this or do that or try this or try that. Or maybe it's just a thing of just saying to yourself, raw, like, I woke up today, like, I'm alive today, like, that's positive, that's a good thing,
bro.
That's exactly another thing, positive, like, positive affirmations, like, that's another thing as well. I'm starting to appreciate thingy as well.
I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
I do. You lot can call me weird. I don't really care because it's helping me.
Yeah.
But I listen to daily affirmations every single day.
I wouldn't say that's weird. I mean, I don't do that, but I would say it's weird.
In the morning, just as I'm waking up, and I listen to them just as I'm going to bed. I'll fall asleep with my headphones with affirmations playing in my head.
Yeah.
And the affirmation that plays in my head is that I'm so happy and so grateful now that money comes to me in increasing quantities through multiple sources on a continuous basis.
Yeah.
The fact that I know it and I don't even listen to it while I'm conscious, tells me it's changed my perspective. And this is what I keep trying to tell you. The reason why I say it's a good thing to put social media down sometimes is because it brings you back to reality.
That's another thing. You see me, yeah, I don't. If you see me, like, all I do, yeah, I'll go on my Instagram, I'll click on the story, unless it's certain people, yeah, that's like, and these are my friends, right? For the most part, I don't even look at it. Like, for the most part, I'll literally, or if it's someone like a social media, like an influencer or something like that, right? Then I'll watch it because it might be funny, it might be informational, it might, you know what I mean? For the most part, I'm just swiping the stories. Oh shit. I'll be swiping the videos and all of that. I don't pay enough attention. Same as Snapchat. I'm going through Snapchat. I'm just pressing next until I go through something that I think, oh wait, what was that? And then I'll go back. That's the only time that I'll really, because that stuff, it just doesn't matter enough to me to really for me to care.
The craziest thing about it is obviously my podcast I've done it with, if you remember, you were telling me like I should do more like phone calls. Whatever.
Yeah.
So I did a phone call with a girl called Sydney, and me and her are like we're really cool, and I was speaking to her privately off the podcast.
Yeah.
And she was telling me that she has an iPhone, but I don't know if you can do it on Samsung, but on the iPhone you can set a certain time of how long you can use a certain app for.
Yeah. And
she sets her social media apps at a certain time, and once she goes over that limit,
it's done.
She can't go on them.
You can, that's probably iPhones, I think.
And like what I think that does is, even with my day-to-day, bro, like I'm not on social media unless I'm posting about my shit. If I'm not posting about what I'm doing, I'm off of it, and I'm either editing my videos, I'm hustling, or I'm being with the kids and I'm making sure they're good, or I'm with you and I'm having a good time. I'm always having that positive energy and that positive vibe. Like, people laugh at DJ Khaled for what he says, but let's not laugh at the way he does it. Let's deep what he's actually saying and actually look at his words and his message. Like, positive vibes only. Like, you need to understand that energy is contagious. Whether
it really is.
Whether it's going to be a physical form of energy or it's going to be an energy transfer through you see phone. Like, so you need to create that vibe, and I think your Instagram feed should be the vibe that you're trying to create for your life. If you're going to be addicted to social media, do you know what? Be addicted, no problem. Make sure it's giving you
some positive shit, man.
Some positive stuff that you're going to need.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Some stuff that's actually going to matter. Some stuff that it may just make you laugh that day. And
Scouts, I'll be honest with you. I've just kind of read the message properly. He said, "Oh, can it make it worse in any way?" It possibly can, bro.
Possibly, but
the reason why I say it will make it worse is because you are now faced with reality and you can't run away no more. You can't use Instagram
it's true.
To escape your mental health. You're now looking in the mirror and you're now thinking to yourself, "Now, what do I do?" Because you're with yourself now. You have the time is all with you. You have time, like you said, you have to reflect, you have to think, you have to go through these things mentally.
Yeah, that's when it becomes, or it can become a problem.
It can become a problem. However, I think that's the first process. The first process is always letting the pain hit you. I never believe in avoiding stuff. I always believe in going through it. If you're feeling whatever mental health you're going through, you have to go through the pain and the struggle. Like, you have to cry, you have to be down, you have to be upset. But while you're doing that, work out what it is that's making you upset.
Yeah.
One thing I learned was something called triggers. I had to find out what my trigger was why I was getting depressed.
Yeah.
But I only found that because I was able to be alone with my thought. Once I found what triggered me, I was able to to manage like where my triggers are coming from. Like, one of my triggers used to be old pictures of, you know, me and her
Yeah.
and the kids. So I put all those pictures in a file, and it's in a hidden file, and I don't see them. The reason why I've still got them is so when the kids grow up, they
Yeah.
can
Well,
see
yeah.
them.
You can see it. Yeah. 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 No,
Yeah,
I
they can look
respect that.
back
I
or
respect
whatever.
that.
But
Yeah.
it wasn't good for me to mentally see
To
it.
see it. Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I knew what my triggers were. I also knew that getting into, like, going on dates with girls would mess me up. So I didn't go on a date for a while. I
Yeah.
didn't even talk to loads of girls for a while. I stuck with my friends and I kept it moving. And for me, I realized that, okay, so now I know my triggers. What is the thing that what is the thing that's allowing these triggers to happen? And I realized boredom was allowing these triggers to happen. So I had to find something.
I'm so glad you said that. I'm so glad because so when I was going through this stage, like I said, it was like last year sometime, beginning of last year. It all ended when I started streaming, and there's two reasons I believe. One is simply, I wasn't bored anymore. So I wasn't bored just sitting at home doing nothing. I was being productive. I was actually working towards something, right? That's one of them. Two of them, I think, the second one, I think, is fulfillment. Because I was now doing something that I actually wanted to do, I felt like I had a purpose. Does that make sense? I felt like my purpose was to stream, because I always wanted to do YouTube and this and that. But then when it came to streaming really was what I wanted to do. It wasn't YouTube.
Yeah.
So it swapped. And you have to also be open to the fact that what you think you might want to do, it might not actually be the thing you want to do.
I'm so glad you said that, because, like, mental health as well, like, people need to understand what mental health is a lot of the time too, is you are masking over what's really actually underneath.
Yeah, and that's why wait, really quick, yeah, and that's why I mentioned earlier about the bedroom being messy, and I'd get mad and whatever, and it was almost just a cover to just say, oh, this is why I'm angry. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's a frustration.
Yeah.
Like, people, the one thing I always say to people, and I'm telling you, if everybody in life could do this, everybody will be a better person.
Yeah.
If you can look in a mirror and be 100% brutally honest with yourself.
Yeah.
Brutally honest. Don't lie. Don't create like something that's gonna make you feel better. No, forget that. Look at yourself properly and say, do you know what? I want a nice person in this aspect. Now, a lot of people with mental health will now be down about that, but I would say don't be. Use that as a way to become better. When you're honest with yourself, it allows you now to work on flaws. Don't be honest with yourself and be down about it. Be honest with yourself and improve. Because everybody's allowed to mess up. Everybody's allowed to go through hard times. It's not about going through it. It's about how you're going to come back from it.
Yeah.
And the only way you're going to do that is by 100% being brutally honest with yourself. So that's why when I say
it's mad you say that, because I've literally, that's how I've been recently. Is I'm looking at myself from a different perspective. From like like you said, looking in the mirror, it's like I'm looking at myself thinking, do you know what, I'm doing this and this and this, but I could improve, and I could do this and this and this. So you have to, like you said, you have to be real with yourself to know. What you might be doing is cool and that, but can you improve?
Bro, the thing is you're lying to people about who you are. Now, the craziest thing about lying to people about who you are is that it doesn't affect them.
No, no, only affects you.
It
Yeah,
affects you.
yeah,
Like, you're lying to yourself. You're not
literally.
lying for anything else. You're lying
Yeah.
to yourself. If you have friends that want to be a certain way, but then you're trying to trick yourself to so you can be friends with them, bro, that person's not your
Accept
friend.
this is what it comes back to, down to acceptance. It's
Your
acceptance, man.
person, exactly. You're like your person's that person's not your friend. That person that's not liking your stuff, they
Oof.
don't have to. They don't have to like it. They don't have
Yeah,
to do this. You don't, people need to understand you are not entitled.
yeah, no,
People do not have
100%.
to do anything. Your friends do not have to do anything, bro. You know me. How much videos have I made? How much podcasts have I made? Not all of them you shared. Not all of them anybody shared. But I don't care because you're not obligated to do that.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? Like it's nothing personal off my back. It is what it is.
No, it's one of the things. It just happens. Like, you know what I mean?
It's life, bro.
It just
Do you know what
happens.
I mean?
Like,
So the first thing I would say is stop
yeah,
being don't feel entitled. Like especially when you're using social media, don't feel like people have to like your stuff because you're doing what you think is cool. I will always say do what you love and
yeah. You feel so much better for that. That's
do what you love.
yeah,
Whether
like I
you're gonna do it
promise.
for 2 people, 3 people, 4, 100, 1,000, don't
Yeah.
matter. If you're doing what you love,
It will
that's
show
that's
too. That's the thing
that's
as
the
well.
key
It
of all
will
of it.
show when you love what you're doing.